how is your server? Is it still working
Yeah,
or
it's working.
expired?
Yeah, it's working, Shahid. Like I'm using your email password, user ID and password for the server, but when coming to BI login, I'm using my user ID and password, so it's working. So only thing is uh, the server is not connecting with my user ID and password.
Why?
Yeah, I don't know the problem.
Okay.
Yeah.
But I my server is expired, I guess today.
Oh, okay.
Yesterday I told them.
Uh-huh.
I mean, the moment I came, I informed them and
Mm-hmm.
I paid, and they still didn't. Extended yet.
Oh, okay. Uh,
My computer has become very slow. I don't know.
oh, okay.
Maybe because I installed the DB
Uh-huh.
SQL Server 2012.
Oh, okay.
Maybe because of that. Because we can get the data from SQL Server as well.
Mm-hmm.
So I want to show that one as well
Okay.
to how to extract the data from database.
Okay.
So I installed yesterday SQL Server and
Okay.
then sample database, etc.
Oh, okay.
And not working.
Mm-hmm.
But I found that I don't have access,
Okay.
and system has become very slow.
Okay.
So what I will do today is we will recap whatever we have done till now,
Okay.
and basically I will recap and I will give some tips. Like, are you? You're learning, right? And you're working, right?
Yes.
Yes. So, are you going to look for job in BI or you don't have any such plans at the moment?
No, not immediately, Shahid. I still have some time, so I'm yeah, not immediately, but I want to. I'll learn, and when I'm confident enough, then I'll go. Yeah, because I have some India plans. I need to go to India and come back. So after that, I will start.
Okay. So you want to stay in course and then you want to start searching for the job in
I'm
BI, is
sorry.
it?
I'm sorry. What you said? You want to stay in course?
Yeah, I mean you want to keep practicing etc. and then after some time you will try for the BI job, is it?
Yeah, BA. Yeah, yeah, that's true.
What I'm asking is, are you going to try for a BI job or are you going to learn? Just are you learning for, the knowledge purpose?
No, actually, I have plans to go for
Yes.
job, Shahid, but I don't know where to go, what to start with. So that's why I'm taking this training and maybe BI or BO, whatever I'll go. I'm not sure about what I'm going.
Okay.
So we are covering both, right? BI and BO, right?
Yeah, yeah. I
Yeah.
mean, as I said, not completely in BO,
Mm-hmm.
but
Okay.
other than BO security and administration,
Mm-hmm.
we will cover how to create reports, how to create, dashboards, etc.
Okay. So once we done with this training, if I'm ready, it is good to go with BI job search.
Yeah, BI, I have, I do completely,
Oh, okay.
thoroughly,
Okay.
with BI thoroughly.
Okay.
So if you want to keep an experience on BA, you can do that. That's not a problem. I'm teaching everything
Okay.
in BA.
Okay.
So, generally up to the
Mm-hmm.
BA, maybe if you, if it is okay to give some basics of BO and teach BA completely,
Mm-hmm.
then I can teach complete BA so that
Mm-hmm.
uh, have extensive knowledge of BI.
Okay.
And later, if you once you get a job,
Mm-hmm.
if your company has some other softwares implemented, then you can do that. But
Mm-hmm.
BA is a base for everything in SAP reporting,
Okay.
for the BO or any other reporting.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, in SAP, BA is the foundation.
Okay.
For example, there is a BPC and BO is there. SAP acquired BO before it was an independent reporting tool.
Mm-hmm.
Now there is Fiori. SAP Fiori is there.
Okay.
It is not reporting. It is a portal.
Mm-hmm.
It's kind of ticketing kind of tool. Yeah.
Okay.
So, that is a recent one. Whatever in future,
Mm-hmm.
whatever SAP releases in future, it
Mm-hmm.
will be, BI will be the foundation for all of that.
Okay.
So it is better to learn BI completely.
Yeah.
There are many people who are,
Mm-hmm.
who do here. I see BI BO courses
Mm-hmm.
don't do justice to anything
Oh, okay.
some BI and some BO
Okay.
and guys would look for a job and they it has to be job oriented whatever you do.
Yeah. Yes.
So it won't be good for anything. They
Okay.
they don't know anything basics of BI.
Mm-hmm.
Don't know good BO as well.
Okay.
They'll just learn some of BO, some of BI, and
Oh, okay.
that's
Yeah, then that's fine if you can go thoroughly in BI and you will have basic knowledge of BO. That is fine. Yeah.
yeah. And then you can see what looks better to you.
Yeah.
BI has a lot of concepts, and there's a business content, and
Mm-hmm.
half of the BI is in ECC.
Okay.
No, in ACC, you have a lot of things to do when it comes to generic extractors and business content. We haven't discussed business contents and generic extractors and a lot of topics we haven't discussed.
Okay.
We will start discussing like enhancements and functional modules, etc., etc.
Mm-hmm.
So when it comes to all that, it is better to do BA completely.
Yeah.
uh, After that, we can see you can check with the BO as well later.
Okay, fine.
And I have, as you can see, I have problem with my server.
Okay. Mm-hmm.
I will go through what we have been, what we have done until now and
Okay.
the topics, the important main topics, not everything. Yeah.
Okay.
So generally in BI you have roles of BI developer
Mm-hmm.
and support consultants and there will be a project manager and there will be a security consultant.
Mm-hmm.
Like that there are different roles in BI
Okay.
and you will have to take a BAP consultant if in a team they need a consultant separate consultant for a BAP
Mhm.
You will see a web consultant for BI and functional guys, techno-functional guys will be there.
Mhm.
Like that, there are different roles. So you can, I mean, you have to decide which role you have to go for. You want to go for, like if you want BI developers role, the pretty much what we are doing, like I mean, how to create objects and how to develop, I mean, data flows and what are the problems, performance tuning,
Mhm.
etc. Of this, have I discussed performance tuning with you?
Uh, no, I don't think so.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So there is another, I mean, performance tuning and all that. We have to, I mean, we have to perform. So that is typically a job of a BI developer.
Okay.
These are the developers' responsibilities. And like that, for the support guy, our support has to be like after development,
Mhm.
we will deploy the BI like in a production system. So
Mhm.
after development in a development system, and then testing is done
Mhm.
in testing QAS,
Mhm.
and in QAS you will have a integration test cycle. In
Okay.
this integration test cycle will take 1 to 2 months,
Mhm.
and for the testing of all the BI objects,
Mhm.
and after complete thorough testing of the data flows, and uh, after that you will transport it to production system,
Okay.
and then the support activities start. In
Mhm.
support activities, after go live, we will do support. In support activities, if you are assigned to the support, you might be using some software for the ticketing tool
Mhm.
like Remedy. So Remedy is the software you will use for the ticketing.
Mhm.
Like for the IT ticketing, you have a Remedy tool where you customers details will be filled in and tickets will be filled in like in based on the priority, either critical or I mean normal, critical, etc. So all these priorities will be taken into consideration.
Okay.
So by with the help of this tool, you have to respond to the tickets while providing the support. Like there will be an errors in data loading,
Mhm.
or there will be an errors in a process chain or something, some other data reporting errors. So all those errors you have to respond, and customer client will raise a ticket. Based on the ticket, there will be SLA,
Mhm.
which is a service level agreement. So based on the service level agreement, you have to give the response to the tickets. Like for the critical tickets, you have 4 hours of time. Within 4 hours, you have to resolve the ticket. If you are not able to resolve within 4 hours, you have to pass on. I mean, you have to give the solution. Like either you transfer it to some group. For example, if it is not your issue, if it
Mhm.
is a business consultant's issue, then you have to I mean, transfer the ticket to basis or a BAP or something. You
Mhm.
have to give the resolution within 4 hours. Just like that, you have to reach the service level agreement in, in support activities. So there will be like, data data source mismatch, timestamp mismatch source system. You need to replicate the data source again, or something like mm, data. Data request has error,
Mhm.
and there is error in data load, and you have to delete the request and load it back again. You have to try to load it back again. If it is successful, then that is it, or else you have to do something else.
Mhm.
So just like that, there will be a lot of activities, different errors you might have to face. This is the remedy tool I'm talking about, BMC remedy,
Okay.
and this tool is pretty much what we need in MS support activities. Like you will get, this will be a portal based, and you will have the, tickets, and you have to resolve those tickets.
Mhm.
So this is not the file. You can see that it is not difficult to show anything in my computer at this moment.
Yeah.
So there will be like different sections which a user will fill. For example, the user has filled the, in critical, urgency and other impact, etc. And
Mhm.
then according to that, the ticketing tool will generate the priority of the ticket.
Mhm.
And according to the priority of the ticket, we have to respond to the tickets. And then uh, this is the software. You will, just navigate into that, like, it is like any filling any form or something, and
Mhm.
you have to keep changing the statuses, like for the tickets you have to cloning tickets, etc. All these activities will be there, and then you have to resolve the issue in the production system. For
Mhm.
example, you have in production system you have the errors like RSMO is the transaction for the process change, where you will see whether there is something stuck, or if there is some error in the DTP or somewhere else. You have to double click into that, and you have to resolve that error, and then you have to run the process chain again. So for that purpose, we can use the transactions like RSMO, etc., HT13. So all these transactions are for monitoring, and pretty much a support guy do monitoring of the processes, etc.
Okay.
So you have to, whenever there is an error, you have to respond, and or else you just have to monitor that there is no errors or something.
Mhm.
Until now, we have seen the master data and then the transaction data, right? We have seen what DSOs are and
Yeah.
what the interviews are.
Yes.
So now what we will see is to how to, I mean, the performance tuning,
Okay.
how to compress, etc. And then we will see the processes like generic extractions and business content. We have seen transportations,
Yeah.
etc. And we haven't seen business content installation, and we have to see the few main processes like generic extractors and business content. After that, we will see the reporting.
Okay.
So here, this is the, I mean, remedy tool. How this is how it looks, and I will send you this document.
Okay.
Like, in when you go for the interviews, these are the main interview questions. Like if you have 1 or 2 years of experience on your CV, then
Mhm.
you have to answer all these questions. Like what is the tool you used in your past job? If you have some support experience,
Okay.
then then you have to say that we have used remedy, and this is what I have done. For example, how it works.
Mhm.
Then have status, and it will have status, impact, urgency, and user will
Mm-hmm.
fill all this, and then based on that, the tool will give the priority of the ticket. Either it is critical or high or medium, low, etc. All these priorities will be given, etc.
Mm-hmm.
So that's I mean this is this page as I show priority, and how the priority is calculated is important for the I mean for the interview questions. After that, you can see rest is based on common sense, like how to fill the form, like how to get the customer,
Mm-hmm.
etc. So all these, I mean, filling, searching for the customers and adding customers, etc.
Okay.
So I will send you this.
Okay.
So we'll see what we have done in topics
Okay.
till now, and I guess we have to go with the good pace. Increase. Are you available this evening? I mean, tomorrow morning for you?
Tomorrow morning. At what time, Shahid?
8:30 or 7:30? What? I mean, what will be the time at 8 o'clock here?
It will be 9:30, but I will not be available at that time. Like I will be in office. I have office at 8 to 5 p.m.
8 to 5.
Yeah.
Okay, then it's not. I mean, possible. Like
Yeah.
maybe if I get it at 4 o'clock, because they have to.
Mm-hmm.
We were discussing while we disconnected. We were discussing the info providers,
Mm-hmm.
virtual info providers, and
Yeah. Yes.
have to finish the topic.
Okay.
So maybe if you are busy, it is okay. Don't have to stress your timetable. We
Oh,
will discuss tomorrow morning, same time. Like
yeah. Otherwise, I can be available on Saturday and Sunday. If you want, you can take any time on Saturday and Sunday. But
yeah, yeah, we
yeah,
can take more than 1 hour, like
yeah,
2 hours, 2.5 hours on weekends,
yeah,
2 3 hours on weekends. So we can cover the topics.
yeah. That's not a problem.
So we have seen the EX, and then we have seen the 7.0 objects creation, and I guess you're okay with the creation of info objects and info object catalogs and
Yeah.
info
Yes.
areas,
Yes.
data source,
Yes.
and DTPs, transformations, and DSOs, info cube.
Mm-hmm.
Are you okay with all this?
Yes.
We have discussed open up destinations and APDs as well. APDs were not working on this system, but generally we have discussed how they work. And
Mm-hmm.
then open up destinations. Have you tried? You can try open up destinations and but try to download it to the system.
Mm-hmm.
And so you can. We have discussed other topics like direct DSOs and right optimize the DSOs and standard DSOs. So real-time info cubes and normal info cubes, standard info cubes, and we have discussed ABAP basics.
Mm.
We have discussed ABAP basics and transportation.
Yes.
So in these, we have which one you want to go through?
Uh, which one?
We have transformations as well. In transformations, we have discussed in detail about all the rules.
Yes.
and all the, I mean, how we have used the formula
Yes.
and field level routine,
Yeah, I
and
remember that.
we will see how to create a start routine, but later, like with the other class, I will club and I will show you how to create a routine with
Hmm.
some scenario,
Yes.
and then I will show you how to extract data from database as well. So
Okay.
that is the plan,
Okay.
and then after that we have to see the business content
Hmm.
and business content, metadata repository, and activation of the business content.
Hmm.
Here you have generic data sources. We have to go through the generic data sources completely, and ECC side installation, user exit, process change.
Okay.
Okay, so we have to go through business content and all the other topics from here. Performance tuning as well. I will discuss with you performance tuning and business content and ECC side topics.
Okay.
And then we have BEX. We have to go through BEX and variables, and we have to go through the behavior topics.
Okay.
So this we will discuss.
Okay. You gave me some introduction about Bex, right? We we
Uh,
discussed in one class.
Yeah, that's okay. We will discuss it
Yeah.
again. I just gave you the introduction so that you can
Yeah.
explore if you want. Like, after creating, you have to know what will happen. Like,
Hmm.
when you do all the ETL process,
Hmm.
after you have to create BEX query.
Okay.
So, next step, and the BEX query will be distributed to the user.
Hmm.
I mean, the BEX queries, the output of the query will be distributed to the user. Like, sometimes you will, I mean, you won't know what will happen next, because in ATTL process you have a lot of, when you keep doing the, I mean, data loading, etc.
Hmm.
You may think that output of info cube is the final output, or output of DSO is the final output, but that is not the case. You
Okay.
have to create a query, and you have to create, query, and then the result of the query will be displayed to the user, not the info cube data or data source data. These all will be the, I mean, developers access only for the developers, I mean, visibility purpose. So that is not what user access.
Okay.
Users only see the query output, or the workbook, like that. I mean, there are workbooks. In a workbook, you will have more than one query.
Hmm.
So by keeping more than one query, you will create one workbook, and that workbook will be distributed to the users, and they will have some functionalities like auto refresh, etc.
Hmm.
Whenever new data comes, it will refresh, and they will view the workbook.
Hmm.
Uh, there will be a combination of more than one query. So the output will be the query, or which is Excel with the added Bex add-on.
Yeah.
So I have given the transaction codes.
Yeah.
In transaction codes, we have a lot of different transaction codes, like for creating uh, process change to everything else.
Okay. Like Shahid, if you have like a couple of 5 minutes or something, or you can give me one more time, where we can go through on that info package, info providers, and data source, and that one a little bit confusion. Everything is fine other than that. Yeah.
Info package here. Uh,
Yeah, info package, info objects, and data source, um, and info providers. That thing will, in order to upload the um, data, we need to create some folders like info package or data source, and also yeah, that's
Generally, what will happen is
yeah.
uh, this is I mean RSA1 is the administrator workbench.
Okay.
This is transaction code where you work like creating everything. Whatever we create in administrator workbench. And here you have different transactions, but we you can just navigate into for creating the info objects or other things.
Hmm.
So, for example, when you create, here I can create new. It was good all. Yesterday.
Uh-huh.
I mean, just when the time is becoming 6 o'clock, just before 6 o'clock, it is becoming slow.
Okay.
No,
Yeah, that's fine. So like in September third week, I'll be going to India. So once I come back, then I will probably will start with job search. Yeah.
yes, that's cool. Because you will have videos,
Yeah, yeah,
though
yes,
you can keep. Practicing.
yeah, yes, yeah. I'm doing that. Yeah.
I guess your user ID will expire now, today or tomorrow. I don't
Okay.
know. Last month, what is the date I started?
Uh-huh. It was I guess first I think first July or something like that.
First July. I
Yeah.
don't think. Maybe it is 10th July or 11th July.
Yeah, yeah, yes, you are correct. Yeah, 10th or because we have been discussing only on theory for the first week, and after that we are doing practice. So yeah.
Yeah. So that is. Maybe it will expire.
Okay.
If you want the server,
Mm-hmm.
for the this month, we can share. Both of us can share the server.
No, oh, no, no problem. I can do pay for that, Shahid. Not a problem.
Because the 7.3 is 2,500.
Mm-hmm.
So we can if you for the 2,500,
Mm-hmm.
I can 2 months and you can get 2 months.
Okay.
So it is expensive for every month paying 2,500.
Mm-hmm.
What I was thinking to
Mm-hmm.
share with someone. For example, if you are in US,
Yeah.
so don't have any times constraint.
Yeah.
It will be night for you.
Yes.
Like whenever you work,
Mm-hmm.
it is completely 12 hours change, so
Yeah.
you can share quite easily.
Yeah. That's fine. Anything is fine, Shahid.
That's yeah, because you can get 2 months, I can get 2 months
Okay.
to work.
Yeah. Okay. You just let me know, and I will send you the money, and then that's fine.
So basically, we have. I mean, I thought I should show in Excel sheet so you can, but it is not working right. It is very slow for me.
Mhm.
So basically, in loading, we have data sources, and then we have info packages we create under data sources, right? When you create a data source,
Mhm.
you have to create info package to load the data from the source system. So for that purpose, you have the snapshot of source system data
Mhm.
will be available in the PSA. PSA is a persistent staging area.
Okay.
This is where you will find the data. There is the first destination in BI system where you will find the data, and it is in the form of source system format.
Mhm.
So that source system format data is available in PSA, and you can edit the data in PSA if you want. For
Okay.
example, if you have some errors like special characters, because in BI there are some special characters that BI doesn't allow.
Mhm.
BI doesn't allow hash, BI doesn't allow space like that. These characters, all
Mhm.
these special characters are not allowed in BI.
Mhm.
So, but it can still be okay for the PSA. Right? You can load it to the PSA,
Mhm.
but in from the PSA to the data targets, you cannot load. Special characters.
Mhm.
Systems throw an error while executing DTP.
Mhm.
So all the special characters you have to edit in in PSA itself. When you load the data to the PSA
Mhm.
through info package,
Mhm.
you have to edit it in PSA itself,
Mhm.
and you cannot reload the data even though you delete the request and try to reload it, you will get those special characters again, right? So
Mhm.
reload doesn't work here, only editing works here. For the special characters, you have to edit the data. Generally, when you have an error, some other error, what you will do is to delete the request, error request, and then you will reload the request from the source system.
Mhm.
But for the special characters, you have to edit the data in PSA, because when you reload the data, you will get again those. You will again get that data, and it will again have a hash or some other special characters.
Mhm.
So it will be waste of time, and you have to edit the data in PSA, and you can load it back to the data target. You in BI typical data flow will be like you have a data source and you have a info cube,
Mhm.
and the relation between data source and info cube will be with transformation and DTP.
Mhm.
So generally you know this, right? You will have a transformation between data source and the info cube, and then you have to create a DTP to load the data.
Okay.
So generally, this is the typical, data flow. And if you want, you can keep info source as well in the middle. It means you can have info source, you can have data source. In 7.0, info sources are only used for the, uh, as a, additional layer.
Mhm.
They don't have, in 3.x, you can have info source, and you will have that is mandatory to have.
Yeah.
In 7.0, info sources are not mandatory. If
Yes.
you want, you can keep info sources as an additional layer. It is not mandatory to have info source.
Yeah.
So you will have info. You can have info source, data source, and then info source, and then data target.
Okay.
So by keeping info source, you can have extra transformation. Transformations are used to transform the data, cleanse the data, and add some formulas or
Yes.
routines, etc. So for that purpose, it is good to have two transformations so that you have an opportunity to transform the
Mhm.
data twice.
Mhm.
So for that purpose, if, for example, if you use InfoSource, it is recommended to use InfoSource between data source and InfoCube.
Okay.
So you can use InfoSource in between that, and you will have transformation. First transformation will be like the source is a data source, and the target will be InfoSource. And then the second transformation, the source will be InfoSource, and the target will be the InfoCube.
Okay.
And then you have to create a DTP
Mm-hmm.
with the source, data source, and the target InfoCube, not the,
InfoCube.
there
InfoSource.
would be InfoSource,
Yeah.
because InfoSources are not used as data targets.
Yes. Okay.
So it is just for the, um, definition, like for the transformation of structure, etc.
Okay.
So so that is the one type of data flow you have. So these are the two data flows, and you have, as I said, info packages. We use it to schedule the data and load the data,
Mm-hmm.
and you have different tabs in info packages. Like for the data selection, you can have the selection, apply the selection and load the data according to that. For example, in real time, you will have millions of records,
Mm-hmm.
uh, hundreds of millions of records. So in that case, you have to extract those historical data. For example, if you extract it just like normal,
Mm-hmm.
uh, just like you do in development system, then it will be a short term,
Mm-hmm.
and it will be a burden on the production system, and production system may also go down.
Okay.
So for that purpose, you have to take care about such things, and you have to apply the selection. Like you will have some date field in that, right?
Mm-hmm.
So in the data source, you have to see that either you have a month, or you have a fiscal year, you have fiscal period. So according to that, you can load the each fiscal period wise or each quarter wise data or yearly data. For example, you have 10 years of data,
Mm-hmm.
and if you have 100 million records, and you want to divide the data and load it bit by bit, so
Mm-hmm.
you can have quarterly data. You can extract, apply the filter in info package, and load quarterly data, so that there won't be a burden on the system, and you will load everything
Okay.
safely. In production system, you have to take care of such things,
Okay.
and you have data targets like DSOs and info cubes.
Mm-hmm.
So mainly DSOs and info cubes. There are three types of DSOs: direct DSO, right optimized DSO, and the standard DSOs.
Mm-hmm.
So generally we use, for delta purposes, we
Mm-hmm.
use standard DSOs.
Okay.
These are delta capable DSOs.
Mm-hmm.
So in standard DSOs, you have three database tables:
Mm-hmm.
new data table, and active data table, and change log table.
Okay.
These three database tables, we have discussed it before, about the database tables in DSO.
Okay.
So we have discussed in detail. You can see that we have done it practical as well.
Okay.
And in InfoCube, so generally DSO will store the granular data. You will find granular data in DSO,
Mm-hmm.
and whereas in InfoCube you will find the summarized data.
Okay.
InfoCube store summarized data, and DSO store granular data.
Okay.
So this is the basic difference between InfoSource and DSO.
Okay.
So in DSO's data, you will see the detailed data. In right optimized DSOs, you will see the data. Right optimized DSOs only have one active data table, and
Okay.
You will see the data in detail. So generally, right optimized DSOs are used as a layer between SAP recommends right optimized DSO as a layer between data source and the info cube. For example, if you have, generally you will see if for the maintenance purposes we delete the data in PSA for
Mm-hmm.
every 30 days like that.
Mm-hmm.
In in profession, generally we have a process to delete the data every 30 days. If you set once you set that, it will automatically delete the data every 30 days. So in data target also we have maintenance. We can set the deletion of the data in process change. So generally, when you do such things, it is better to have a right optimized DSOs to keep the snapshot of data.
Mm-hmm.
The DSOs are used to keep the snapshot of data in the DSO. When you delete the data sources and data targets, you can still keep one snapshot of data in the middle. In case you need the data, you can again load it back from right optimized DSOs.
Okay.
So for that purpose, SAP recommends right optimized DSOs
Okay.
uh, as a intermediate layer.
Mm-hmm.
So, uh, like they are simple, and there is no SID generation in a right optimized DSOs.
Mm-hmm.
So we can use the right optimized. And you have DTPs, and we have discussed about the DTPs completely.
Okay.
There are three steps in DTPs, and you can execute the DTPs to load the data,
Mm-hmm.
and you have the error stacks. You can create the error DTPs with the help of that, and we have seen how to create the error DTPs, and we have done it practical, and then. There is you can set the filter in DTP as well. You can set the there is a filters tab, and
Mm-hmm.
here you can set the filter, and you can even write a routine in DTP filter.
Okay.
That is called DTP filter routine. Generally, you have the other options either rather than writing the routine for the DTP, because you don't have to write the routine. You can filter the data by using given operators there, less than, equal to,
Yeah.
greater than or equal to. All these operators are there. You can filter the data by using those operators
Okay.
in DTP as well. So, for example, you have the data in PSA and you are loading it to the data target. While loading to the data target, you might want to filter the data.
Mm-hmm.
For example, there is some type, and there is the type S and D credit and credit debit indicator, and you want to load only the credit, not the debit.
Mm-hmm.
In that case, you can set the filter not equal to uh, D. So in that case, what it will do, it will eliminate, filter out all the debit records, and then it will only load the credit records.
Okay.
Like that, there are different, things techniques we have to use, and it takes some experience.
Mm.
So that is about the DDPs, and you have I will send you this document which I have here. Where is it? I will close this.
Okay.
Well, you can see the system. Nothing is happening here. It is better to discuss rather than
Yeah.
try
Okay.
to create anything.
Okay. Fine. Yeah.
Okay, let me send you the email that I have a remedy
Okay.
tool.
Yeah.
So you can, you can keep this document, or you can Google it. BMC remedy. So
Mm-hmm.
uh, if you want to know more about it,
Okay.
so it is very important to say that have. I mean, if you have trying on support,
Okay.
it is very important to know a ticketing tool that you have used.
Okay.
Oh,
Oh,
well, I don't write anything. So I sent the document to you.
okay.
Mm. Uh, Tomorrow morning we will meet you and we will discuss the virtual info provider
Yeah. Okay.
tomorrow.
Yeah. And for the system access, do I need to? I will send the money. Can you
Yeah,
send me the email? Yeah.
yeah. I mean, PayPal, right?
Yeah.
Shahid has
I will. I
provided.
will. I will send you like
Yeah,
before.
yeah, that one, right? You do that, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
How much is like 2,500, right?
2,500. How much it will be like in dollars?
It is. It will be like $40, something like that.
Yeah, you can send me, and
Yeah.
I've actually already paid them.
Okay. Okay. Fine.
You
Yeah. I will
can
send
send.
you. Yeah.
Okay, Ravi, I will see you tomorrow.
Yeah. Okay, sir. Thank you.